Okay, so Bleacher Report giving me my offseason content once again. Is Ben Simmons still number one in a 2016 redraft? Shout out to Andy Bailey. And obviously the answer is yes, because I told you in the title, and you probably already saw or heard about this by now. Hey man, to be fair, I was a Ben Simmons guy for a while, but the lack of aggressiveness scoring at the rim eventually it just becomes too much, right? To be fair, if he figures that side of his game out, then he probably goes right back to number one, but it's a question of will he. Of course, the three-pointer would be nice, but again, I don't think that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is this sort of thing. But for what it's worth, he does have the regular season accolades that nobody else on this list has, and that matters, and again, the potential of it all. Anyway, if I was going to decide on who's the new number one, I feel like I'm deciding between Jamal Murray, who's number two, Jalen, and then Brandon Ingram. As far as who I'm not going to be arguing number one for, Sabonis for one. I feel like with Sabonis, because he's a center, there's just more, well, I guess technically 4/5 with Miles Turner there, whatever. As a big guy, I think there is more responsibility on Sabonis to be good defensively, and I just don't know if he's ever going to get to being good enough there. And then when I combine that with his offense, which is very good, but not, let's say, Jokic levels, I just don't know if I can put Sabonis that high, you know? Like above some of these other dudes. He's still a damn good player. Of course, the inside scoring is great. His passing is damn good as well. It's not Jokic, but I mean, his passing out of the post and all that is really good. His post-up scoring numbers are actually not as good as you might think they are, like if you go look at him on NBA.com. But he's still really good nonetheless. So anyway, if you gave me a choice to take one of these guys on, Jamal Murray, Jalen, or Brandon Ingram, who am I taking? I guess I'll go Brandon Ingram. It's pretty close between all three of them. I just think Ingram has a little more of a ceiling as a scorer than Jalen or Jamal Murray do. I mean, Murray's got both of them in terms of like pull-up shooting, and Jalen is, of course, bigger than Ingram, but Ingram's just got so much more of the just craftiness and just the second nature of being able to get his shot off no matter what the situation is, no matter what the defense is throwing at him. And I think that just pushes him above the other two. Even if defensively, he's definitely got work to do there. But even then, he's been a good defender at times. As far as who I'm arguing about between Jalen and Jamal Murray, I mean, Nuggets fans will be outraged if I suggest anything but Jamal Murray. I am a Celtics fan. I might be biased towards Jalen on this one. It's definitely close, okay? But I will go Jalen just because I think while Jamal Murray has improved defensively, I just think he's never really got a chance of being the defender that Jalen can be, because I don't think Jalen has hit his full potential on defense. And then offensively, they both have room to grow, but I don't know. My gut just says Jalen. Am I putting Ben Simmons number 4 ahead of Sabonis, Siakam? Yeah, I think I would put Simmons above those guys. I mean, maybe it's a hot take. I just feel like the anti-Ben Simmons stuff is going way too far now. I would rather have the potential of Ben Simmons figuring it out versus the guarantee of Sabonis and Siakam. Also because the guarantee of Ben Simmons is still pretty damn alright. I mean, again, the Sixers were the 1 seed last year and Joel Embiid missed a good amount of time. And also, for what it's worth, it's not as if every single game of that series Ben Simmons was bad. Even if the last 3 games were, of course, horrific. So yeah, apologies to Pacers fans. So then after that, I'll probably agree with Sabonis. Although now that I think about it, Siakam, he's a better defender than Sabonis. And while his shooting did take a dip this previous season, I feel like it's going to come back. But Sabonis was definitely the better player this previous year. So I'll stick with Sabonis over Siakam. After that, we've got a group of Van Vliet, Malcolm Brogdon, and Buddy Hield. I feel like among these three, I would want to have Brogdon the most. I do think Brogdon is a little worse if he's your primary guy as opposed to the elite off-ball dude he was with the Bucks. But I also feel like the Pacers have just been a little bit of a mess, between injuries and the coach last year and the mess with that whole thing. I feel like under Carlisle, we're going to see the best of this version of Brogdon. And then I would have Van Vliet over Buddy Hield because Van Vliet can dribble and stuff. And then they've got my guy, Jakob Poeltl, number 10. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm not confident enough to make this a real take anywhere, but there's a small part of me that believes that Jakob Poeltl could creep up into like Defensive Player of the Year conversations one day. He's really that good of a rim protector. Now, yes, like every classic thin rim protector, he does have problems when guys are just beating up against him in the post and stuff, yes. But the Spurs are just better when he's in the game, man. Even if it's not exciting at all, unless you're just strictly paying attention to him standing in front of the rim. That said, I would not have him over DeJounte Murray. I would put DeJounte above him. And honestly, like, if you gave me a choice between DeJounte or Buddy Hield, I would think about that one for a bit. I feel like I still end up with Buddy Hield. Actually, I don't know. I might go DeJounte. Oh, Karis LeVert's number 13. I would have LeVert way higher. Like, I understand the injuries and stuff, but the potential of LeVert, like, give me that over... Like, yeah, I'll take Karis LeVert over Buddy Hield. Would I take Karis LeVert over Malcolm Brogdon? I have done a bit of digging within Pacers internet, and I do think they're a little more excited for Karis LeVert than they are Brogdon right now. But give me Karis LeVert over Buddy Hield. So we'll go LeVert number 9, DeJounte 10, Jakob Poeltl 11, okay? Let's see, number 16, Malik Beasley. Well, I would definitely have Beasley over Derrick Jones Jr., Alex Caruso. Already established that LeVert's much higher. I would have Malik Beasley over Zubats. And in this new thing, where's Buddy Hield at again? I don't know. The last two things I want to look at real quick. So we got Marquise Chris at 25 and Chris Dunn at 24. This is the thing that we need to remember when we're talking about top 10 draft picks and whatever. I mean, 5th and 8th. Like, you go through almost any draft, you look at the top 10, very few times do all 10 players end up working out. Now, to be fair, I do think Chris Dunn has a place in the NBA. They say point of attack defender. He's a damn good on-ball defender. But he's had some injury stuff. Marquise Chris, I don't know. Backup big guy. That's probably the best case for him.